we're going to take a look at some licks like that. This is 5 more quarantine licks you gotta know. Smoking quarantine licks you gotta know. I just did a video before this with 5 licks on it. These are licks that are meant to be fun, not too intense. There's some challenging bits, but overall they're just fun licks and a wide variety of stuff for you guys to check out. And so this first lick here we're going to look at, it's kind of got that old Scorpion, Sales of Sharon, Uli Jon Roth kind of vibe to it. Let's get to that, but before we do, make sure and check for the tab first of all in the description, and then also I've got a free sweet picking guide called Sweet Picking Boot Camp. Make sure you check that out. It's my gift to you. Some really cool sweet picking ideas in there, free, and it'll keep you busy for a while. So this is this first lick is in the key of F sharp Phrygian. Actually Phrygian dominant. So what you get is you get the major third along with the flat second, which creates a really interesting exotic sound. So if we start on the 11th fret here on the G string, it's F sharp. That G is your flat second. And then this this A sharp is the major third. Okay, so you'll see that major third pop up a few times in the lick. That's what gives it sort of this Middle East kind of snake charmer kind of a sound to it, as well as the legato stuff too. So here it is slow. We're going to start out with 16th notes, and then it's going to morph into 16th note triplets. See if you can hear where it changes. Okay. Hopefully you can hear kind of where the 16th note triplets are. 16th note triplets are groups of 6. And that happens when we change here. So it kicks it up a notch. We start out with this kind of snaky sidewinder kind of a thing. Reminds me of something from Sales of Sharon. So the notes. Right here on 15 on the high E is when they start the 16th note triplets. Notice the hammer-ons and pull-offs in the tab. As I said before in the other video, I'm not going to go through these painstakingly because you have the tab, and I wanted this just to be a fun kind of a easy way to learn some licks and kind of go through these on your own. So I'm just going to play them, talk about a couple things about the lick, and move on to the next one. So let me just play this at normal speed, and then I'll play it slow. And then slow. Alright, enjoy that. Lick number 2 is a blues lick, and this one I nabbed from John Norum, at least his first part here. This is in the key of A. John likes to play that fast kind of blues lick with the pinky and the ring finger, which I think is genius, because obviously trying to do this with one finger can slow you down, so why not use 2? And we're going to play this 4 times. This is in the key of A. So like an A minor, A blues kind of a thing. Notice how the ring finger comes over and grabs the flat 5. Now we're going to launch into this little sequence. It's really cool when it gets cooking. And the sequence is a little bit tricky because you've got to roll the pinky here. Let me play the sequence for you slow. Notice how the pinky rolls between the second and first string, and then again on the third and the second string. It's unusual sounding because that sequence is a little awkward to play, so most players avoid it. So I think it's a great one to add to your arsenal of pentatonic licks. Again, that first part's very John Norum. If you don't know John Norum, Google him, check him out. You're going to love his style. Okay, so let's move on. Lick number 3. Okay, lick number 3, this is in the F sharp minor. And this one is kind of reminiscent of something Warren DeMartini might try. It's F sharp minor blues kind of a lick here. Okay, simple, but it's tricky because we're skipping strings a little bit. So this is a kind of a typical bluesy type lick where we're going F sharp minor pentatonic, bend up 16 a whole step, 14 14 on the E and the B, and then bend 17 up a whole step. So far that's pretty ordinary, but then we're going to slide into the flat 5. And that's like a nice fast flurry of notes. Flat 5 on the 17th fret of the G string. Skip over to the first string 14. Pull off from 17 to 14 on the B. 17 on the G. Okay, so now the string skip. Not only do we do it at the first of the lick, but we do it again, so right there. And then we'll finish it like this. High E14, skip back over to 17, pull off to 14 on the G. That's middle finger using 16 on the 16th fret, and then pull off from 17 to 14 on the G, and then bend up 16. Simple in a way, but deceptively tricky. Okay, so here it is slow, the whole thing. You can hear that, how that high string really makes things pop. Here it is up to speed. All right, little Warren DeMartini there for you. Lick 4, this is very George Lynchy. Maybe a little take on a lick from Mr. Scary here. And it's key of A minor now. It goes like this. Pretty smoking. It's a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, and it's kind of got this group of 7 here. But don't worry about counting it. Just get the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So we're playing 12 and 13, pull off to 12 and then 10, and then pull off 13, 12, 10 on the B. And that's the lick you just repeat. I think it's 4 times. 4 times on this. Great little lick to get your legato chops going. And this is just picking when you change strings. Pick the first note. Now, you're going to slide right up into this next part. And just come right down the A minor scale, but starting at the 15th fret in this little sequence. So we have this. Okay, so make sure to check the tab on that. Here's the whole lick slow. Sounds a lot different slow, right? Alright, try to get that nice and clean. Enjoy that. Lick number 5 coming right up. Okay, and finally in the key of G minor, we've got this slinky little lick that kind of moves through the G minor blues scale, starting at the on the D string. So a little bit unusual, you know. Most people think G minor pentatonic. They're going to start down here somewhere. We're going to start here on the D string. And something I like to do a lot with this kind of rolling situation. We're hammering on from 5 to 8 on the D, 6, 7 on the G, 8 on the D. So you get this, and then you go back to 6, 7 on the G, kind of cool, right? 6, 8 on the B, and then 7 on the G. So 6, 8 on the B, and then 6, 8, 6 on the high E, and 8 on the B. So you get this. And I would just try to get that down first. You can add a little muting in there to kind of get it more percussive. Kind of can sound a little bit funky. After you get that, we're gonna slide up to 9. That's the flat 5, the C sharp here, or I guess we could think of that as a D flat. So we're going to play 9/8 on the high E, sliding into that. 11 on the B, back to 8 on the high E. Now we're going to slide from 11 up to 13. Pull off to 13, 12 on the G, 11 on the B. So you can see we're kind of moving through different patterns of the minor pentatonic scale, adding some blues notes in there, flat 5 particularly. Now we're going to slide up to 15, 13, 15, 18. So this last part goes like this. And we're going to bend with the middle finger. So here we ended with the ring finger. We're going to bend with the middle finger on 18 on the B string. Bend that up a whole step. Kind of weird, but it's a challenge, kind of a new challenge. I created this lick and I wanted it to be a little different, with moving through the different positions and also using some semi-awkward fingerings just to try to create something a little bit unique. Okay, so here's the whole lick. And that's it. That is 5 more smoking quarantine licks you gotta know. Put this together with the first video and you get 10 licks. And I hope you enjoyed these, guys. Hope you're staying safe and staying entertained and play lots of guitar, right? So that's why I created these videos. Enjoy. Make sure and grab the tab in the sweet picking guide down below, and I'll see you next time. Rock on.